Bradley's smoking nice.
Well, I put a split thing on it. You see that? May 12, 2023, and my buddy called me. We're going to take the Alaska mill up to Swan Hills. We're going to mill a bunch of lodgepole pine. And I bought these 20-foot 2x2 aluminum pieces here to make my rails for my mill. I have a pair of shorter ones, like 10-footers. Anyway, I started pulling these things out, and I realized that I still I've had them a couple of years. I haven't set them up yet. So I'm just drilling the holes. I'm going to do the same here. There's a 1/2-inch hole on this side. Lets me put a socket through.
So you see that magnet there, I use that to grab a hold of the bolt and washer. It holds the washer right on the bolt, lets me feed it down through that hole when I set up these braces.
And then it's a 5/16 nut that holds it on these angle iron pieces. Now for these longer rails, I have a cross member that goes in the middle here. This guy. He rides in here to support the rail so it doesn't bow. Now for these longer rails I have to make a second one, so I'm going to take and cut a second one out with that. We're going to be milling with the big 395 XP. Right now I got a 36-inch bar on that left over from when I was cutting birch firewood this spring. But I got a 33-inch bar with a rip-in chain right here. That's what's going to go on the saw. There's the mill. Anyway, I got to get these holes drilled. And I've got all the 5/16 holes drilled, but now I have to go to this 1/2-inch size. So, that's good enough for where I go. One thing just to mention, one end is fixed bolted to this guy, and then there's a hole here that I drilled into the log to hold it. At the other end I have this adjustable one, so I can slide it up and down to wherever I need it, just to clarify. And then of course those center braces. Now, Okay, got both rails done. The hardest part of the job, vacuuming up. That's next. Take this in the garage and cut it with a zip disc. I have this piece cut, and all I have to do, 5/16 hole here and here. There we are. That's my center braces. So we have everything built here. Rails are drilled out. Cross braces, center braces. Load up. Well, I got the saw dressed with a 33-inch bar and ripping chain. This is the 395 XP, of course. The little 372, I just have a 24-inch cross cut in case we have to buck any of the logs and stuff, you know. So, all I got to do is load up the stuff. I got to figure out, I don't know if Keith has sawhorses. I probably should just take mine to be safe. I think I will. The do-it-yourself Alaska mill. We're just about set up here. Got the rails put together, sawhorses ready. Got a couple of blocks on the sawhorses for holding the log. It's just a little wee bit of a lean this way, a little slope, so. Just having a coffee. Still got to gas up to 395 and run her up, get a little warm up on it before I put it in the mill.
So I'm going to start this saw here. One comment. There's a decompression button on the side, right there. I just pushed it. I actually, in cold weather, I find you have to use that. When it's warmer out, if the saw's been running, I find I actually don't use it too much. This was the first start, so I did activate it here. These Huskies are such a smooth saw. Man, I just have these Husky chainsaws. I've got the 372 XP, of course, and then this 395. Now, I do have one real beef with this particular saw. It's not so much if you're doing bucking or crosscut, you know, falling, it's not an issue. But the chain tensioner, where it's positioned, it's on the inside of the bar. So if you're going to run this on an Alaska mill, as soon as you have this clamped into the mill, you can't access that screw very easily to adjust it. About the only way to do it would be if you have one of them silly L-shaped type screw driver things that you could reach in there. With a regular screwdriver, there's no way you can't get at it. It's blocked by your mill. So that's the one real problem I have with that 395 XP. It's the only real problem I have with it, actually. It's a beautiful saw.
take a little play out of her.
I saw it looked a little sloppy there.
Yeah.
I want to take a chair and sit in shade a bit. You want to take a little break in the camper maybe?
So you see here, once I've loosened the nuts on the side there where I have to reach in with the screwdriver to adjust the tensioner.
Who's that?
Right on the inside of the bar.
Leafy.
Oh.
I gotta get my earplug.
And of course, you know, when you're running the saw extended time in the mill, the chain tends to warm up and stretch a little bit, and it's going to actually need adjustment. So, and later on when we were cutting, the chain did get a little bit loose on me, and it started scoring the planks just a bit because of it.
Gotta get her into the mill. So we're just about ready to rip off this top slab here. We're actually not gonna videotape a whole heck of a lot of this. Okay, before we cut any more, I'm going to sharpen this chain. Also, we had to reset the depth.
That's brand new chain.
Yeah, I know, but it has to be sharpened. There's pretty fine chips I was taking there. So we took that top slab. Man, what a beautiful cut that is.
Not even any dirt on it.
She is straight as an arrow, man. Perfect level all the way down. And that beautiful cut. There's still some moisture in that one.
Oh, it's wet.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
What you got? Beetles? Oh yeah.
You go fishing next.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Get a shovel.
okay. I just shut the camera off. I'm going to sharpen this chain. Okay, I got the chain filed. I got it re-spaced now. 3.5 inch slab we're going to take here. So see how she cuts now with a sharp chain.
So this, the whole reason we're milling this lumber is to make a deck out at the horse barn here, right? And this very first slab that we're taking here, we arbitrarily come up with a 3.5 inch thick slab, and it ended up being too thick. After this first one that we take off here, we switched and we made them all 3 inch. Pretty meaty piece of plank, I'll tell you. But 3.5, yeah. We ended up, we didn't use this one on the deck. And with this chain filed, the chips coming out were a lot nicer. She's cutting way faster. Cutting beautifully. Of course, when you're milling, one of the things you gotta have handy all the time is a couple of wedges. Keep lifting up your plank to take the pressure off your chain as you're cutting.
Three and a half. Holy smokes, that's a thick slab. She sure takes a gorgeous cut though. I mean, just look at that wood up close. It's just that is friggin', that is a gorgeous piece. Wow. Yeah, the 395, she cut a little smoother there with the sharper chain, so that's good. Seem to have been abandoned. All my helpers is doing other things that's more fun than little lumber, I guess. We took this first slab here at 3.5. That's too thick, so I adjusted to 3 inch, and now I'm going to see at 3 inch if I can get another slab out of this piece here. Not a bad piece, actually. So I know I've shown this before, but I got a little quickie set up for quickly spacing the mill. To clear my braces on the rails, this is my top slab spacer. And then I got 1x2 and 1x1.5, and I can, you know, mix and match to get different spacings of slabs. Setting another log in place here. So there we go, we got our top slab spacers in place, and then I'm just going to have to tighten the bolts here to hold it, position it. Yeah, because to clear between the distance of the rail and the angle iron braces, I need 4.5 inches. So that's these spacers there. There we go. All set. Now, gotta get the rails on there now. Now this we got so far, big old pile of sawdust, and that many slabs. The one on the bottom right, that was the first one we did, is 3.5 inches thick. But then we switched, and all of these are 3-inch thick slabs, and then the rounds. That's like 4 trees?
No, that's like 2 trees.
No, okay, but we've cut 4 logs.
Yeah.
4 logs produced that amount of lumber.
Still 2 logs and 2 trees.
Right. Well, we're letting the husky sit and just cool a wee bit, and we're going to have another little beer break here. So at the end of the day, the 395 XP, it cuts as you'd expect. Pulled itself through the wood. I filed the chain twice today. We cut 4 13-foot logs. We ended up with 3, so out of 4 logs, we only, because we were cutting them 3 inches thick, we got 7 planks, and then the rounds and a 3.5-inch plank. And the 20-foot rails work great. Having this end here that I can adjust and slide it to adjust for the length of the log was perfect. Those 2 cross members that support the rails so they don't bow, they're spaced 6 feet apart. They worked perfect. I deliberately left at the one end. That's the width of the mill itself, so that the thing doesn't snipe when it comes off flat, smooth. And of course, because of the extension you get here, you start on the same flat, smooth all the way. Some of these pieces were just gorgeous. Anyway, that's the conclusion of this video. It wasn't intended to be educational. It's just my own fooling around. If you pick up anything off it, good luck.